Okay, so I decided to make a character breakdown on Marth, everybody's favorite pretty boy. Besides the last one I could do with Zamis, this is pretty much just to help out viewers that are that might be looking into Marth or actually play Marth and they're having trouble with him, like they don't know how to use him, they don't know how to go about using Marth, or they just want to play Marth to understand how he works so they can learn how to beat him with the character that they use or whatever, you know, whatever reason that may be. Like I said with the Zero Suit one that I made, I am no Marth main, I do not play Marth like that. This is just to help out the community and to start people off who are using Marth or thinking about using Marth. So I am making this recording to help those out and, you know, all that good shit. So alright, let's begin with Marth. Okay, so Marth is pretty much a character that he wants to be mid-range. He's best at mid-range. You want to use his mid-range tools to like kind of space and try to open your opponent up. And once you open up somebody with Marth, that's when pretty much you can go for a lot of silly shit like that was supposed to be a spike, but my C-stick is acting up. I hate this controller. But yeah, you can go for stuff like that. He's pretty much a mid-range. Pretty much you can zone with Marth. Yeah, he's a zoner. You don't really wanna do this too close on block. You can get punished for that. You're not safe. So this is kind of the range you want to be. Marth is not an up-close fighter, in my opinion. I mean, he can play up close, but you really have to like open your opponent up to be in somebody's face. If they're not opened up, you can't really rush in up close to Marth. They're going to get punished. So Marth has a lot of good tools to keep people out from trying to get in on Marth. Trying to get it on him, like his fair, his neutral air, a space back air can work. But pretty much you have to abuse Marth's range a lot, and that's where he benefits. That's where he can start his bullshit. That's where he can get his damage. Like Marth has an air game. He has one of the best air games in this game to me. Like he has a solid air game. His ground game can be solid too. If you space your moves properly, you can go for shit like that. That was supposed to be a grab, but my controller's being a dick. You can end up with jump. And then go for stuff like that. But yeah, Marth, he's pretty straightforward character. You wanna use his range to get damage. Get damage in zone. So if somebody's trying to approach you, if they really want to be greedy and hit you, you can space your neutral air. You can space your fair. And what up, Dizzy Donnie? Dizzy Donnie, Dizzy. Damn it, can't say these fucking names. But yeah, you can do all that sort of shit. So the general idea with Marth is you pretty much want to space your moves and stay at a certain range. So like if somebody's not respecting your range, you can get free damage with little to no effort. And then like try to pin them to a corner, because Marth's corner game is really good. So you can get most of free damage in the corner. If your opponent's trying to get out, if they want to sidestep, if they want to roll, you can put them back in there. So that's pretty much where you want to be. I say at this range right here, the range of your forward tilt, yeah, like right about here is good. This is the range you want to be where you can pretty much harass your opponent. Like right here would be good because I'm down tilt. Oh, that's not gonna hit. Oh, that's right. I had to keep doing it and push more forward, or else he moves back. So yeah, like I say, 2 down tilt and then go for something like 1-2. That, if he says they're gonna roll, do that. Like 1-2 and then go in for the fair, so you can sidestep. He has really good corner lockdown. He can lock you in the corner pretty hard. It becomes a problem for a lot of characters to get out the corner with Marth. So like that's one of the things he excelled at, and his corner pressure is really good. So I really wouldn't say Marth is a rush down character, even though he can be played rush down somewhat. But he's more of a character that you pretty much wanna try to get somebody in the corner and try to keep him there as long as possible to get your damage, and then you get him off stage. Then once you get him off stage, you know, you just go for your little, you know, your little shit, which I'm fucking up there. So he's pretty much like, I'd say his game is mostly zoning more than anything. Spacing your moves. Like spacing your moves, making it harder for your opponent to touch you, while at the same time you're kind of moving in slowly, leading your opponent to the corner. And then, you know, from there you can harass them, because he's really good at edge guarding. He can really keep somebody out effectively. You know, I suck at doing it here, but he can really keep somebody out. And if they come back, they're taking a lot of damage trying to get back on stage. Like Marth is one of the better edge guards in this game. He's one of the best. So yeah, your mindset, I say, when playing Marth, at least mine's, is space your moves. Don't automatically try to go in for the, you know, Marth basic bread and butter, which is you know, going for this. Don't have that in your mind like, oh, I have to go for this by the way. Don't freaking do that. You can't do that because you don't know if your opponent is going to let you. You don't know how your opponent's going to move. You don't know how they're going to react. You might be trying to go for this, and then he rolls behind you, and then he can get away, and you just reset the position. You just reset your pressure. You just gave it up. Now you gotta try to work your way back in to get pressure, or just start this slow shit, which is fine. I mean, nothing's gonna happen, but you just gave up possibly free damage. And against like a lot of stupid characters in this game with Marth, you really don't want to do that. You want to keep your opponent unlocked as much as possible. So I fucking forgot. Oh yeah, so like giving up pressure, you really don't want to do that. So you don't want to go in like this all the time. So like at the start of the match, like I said, best like zone your opponent out. You can go in and then do that. Just see how they react. I mean, I say this with like pretty much all the characters I've done Peak Zero Suit, but it's true. It's general, like in this game, all fighting games, you really don't want to go for big hits, big combos, because you don't know how your opponent's gonna react. When you get a general idea of how they're moving or whatever, you can set them up and then bait whatever reaction they were doing, and and then you can go for the the swag combos and pressure, and then fuck this guy. But yeah, you can go for all that. And Marth, he's one of those characters that can open up a character really easy because he has a lot of mix-ups and frame traps that can make it really hard to defend against and even block, like shield. And he can also pull because of this, because sometimes people gotta watch their legs. So you can do this, harass them, keep them in the corner. They don't really have an answer to this, or if they do, they can't react in time because you're actually, you're spacing yourself properly. Do stuff like that, and then in the middle, if they can't really defend, they'll most likely be shielding. They'll be burning their shield a lot, and then you can mix up. You can go from high to like low. Like you can go for stuff like this. Space and neutral air. Space, neutral air, spares, whatever. Go in a little bit and then poke this shield once, or then poke it twice. And you see you poking, they might try to roll back, so 1, 2, and then hit them out of their roll. Just move back like that. This is really good against Lucario. Because Lucario, he really doesn't have any out the shield option. Like on the pressure Lucario, it's just, yeah. So what he'll do is he'll most likely abuse his roll. Lucario has a really good roll, and he pretty much just get the fuck out maneuver. So if you can bait that out Lucario, you can just do that, put a roll into your fair or neutral. But it's not just Lucario, it's just for anybody in general. Like Marth can be really good at punishing freaking rolls and side steps. You do that, they don't have that option, they'll most likely be shielding. If you eat this shield, you get free pokes, or if you know for a fact they're shielding, you can just grab them and get free damage off of that. So that's some of the mix-up that you have. Because you might see Marth like doing this shit, but they're really not doing anything with it. Like they're not trying to pressure you. Sometimes they'll do this and then they'll pull back too far away. When they do the fair or the neutral air, where you can just get out the corner. They're not harassing you. They're not keeping you on lock. Like they're letting you get away. Like when Marth has somebody in the corner, he should never pull away. Especially he got the control and the momentum. He should never pull away. People just do this just to freaking do it, or like just to show off how fast they can, do this shit and whatnot. So like I'm like, whatever. You can do that shit all you want. You're not freaking getting anywhere at all. So yeah, you have that. Let's see what else is there. So yeah, Marth excels obviously in the corner. You can easily see somebody unlock. He can make it hard to somebody to hit him. A good use. His jab is really good from distance, not up close, because you can do stuff like this, and then this is also really good for anti-air. Like if people try to jump in on you, you can do this. If you time it right, you can snuff people out their jumps. Up tilt can also be a good anti-air. Somebody's going to jump in at you. It's a good anti-air. His back air is okay, but it's kind of slow. And it leaves you open, unlike his forward, you can like do it twice in one full hop. Well, one short hop. So it's pretty much spacing. If you somebody's chasing you, and you wanna create a gap just to get them off you and get like free damage, like that's what you can use your back air for. So you can go in with it, go in and move out. I'll be careful when doing that. Let's see. Alright, so I'll talk about his spacing, his corner pressure, how